Hello everyone, welcome to Java tutorials. So in this tutorial I will discuss how you can create a moving animation, how you can create a animation in Java using applets. So this is the image that I will use. I will use two cycles. So cycle this one and this one, cycle number 2, I will move on the applets and I will create some more animations in this lecture. Okay, so for that first of all I will use the image. So for that I will create two variables of the image class, so pic and picture2, and in the init, in the applet initialization, I will use get image and get image from get document base. Okay, and name of the image is cycle.png. this will be our first image, and similarly pic2 equals to, I will copy this line and paste it here, and second image is cycle2. so these two images I will use, picture and picture2. so first of all let's draw these images on the applet. So g.draw image, so picture, and suppose position x is 0, y is 200, and on this applet. So g.draw image picture2, and x let it be 800, and y is let's say y is 600, or you can use any value, 400, and this, save it. Okay, now open command prompt and go to the drive. So Java programs, just wait, let me check the path. So save as okay, it's in the E drive. So go to the E drive, cd Java programs, cd animation programs, yeah, and java c animation dot java. Let me compile it first. Okay, it's fine. And applet viewer animation dot java. So see, the one cycle is on the your applet, and second one is also on the applet. So let me check the okay, so let's create this on 700, and let me recompile it, and yeah, now you can see both the cycle, one is in the this direction and second one is in the this direction. So I have two cycles on my applet. So next what I will do, I will move these two cycles. I will move this cycle in this direction, and I will move this cycle in this direction. So what I will do, so for that I will change these variables, these values, I will change these values. Okay, so for that let's create two variables. So int x1 is for picture1, for cycle 1, and it's from 0, and int x2, and it is starting from 800. Okay, fine. And here I will change these, I will change x1, and for that I will use x2. Okay, fine. Now what I will do, okay, let me first of all check this again, java c and applet viewer, and both are both my cycles are visible. Okay, so fine. So now what I will do, I will use a for loop. So I will use for loop. So for int I equals to 1, I less than 4000. You can use any value. It's here in the for loop you can use any value. I will repeat the loop 4000 times. You can set any value, it hardly matters. So in the for loop I will put these statements. So I will put these statements in the for loop. Okay, that's fine. And what I will do, I will change x1. I will increment because because see you let's see, I will move this cycle in this direction. So for that x1 will be incremented. So and x1 will be incremented, and for the second cycle x2 will be decremented. So x1 plus plus and x2 minus minus. Very simple. Okay, and I will use a thread. I will use sleep method for, so try, and for with the try I will use catch. Okay, and exception e, I will leave it blank, hardly matters. What I want to use, I want to use the sleep method. So and sleep method of the thread class throws an exception, so I am handling the exception here. So thread dot sleep and here I am using 10 milliseconds. Save it. Okay, and now see the output. Okay, so let me close it. Let me use okay, so again I will compile it and I will run it. Yeah, you can see both my cycles are moving. Yeah, okay, so let me rerun it, and you can see both cycles are moving. Very simple. Oh, now what I will do, see what I will do here, I will check the value of the x1 and x2, and if x1 equals to 800, remember 800 is the my width of the applet. So if x1 is 800, I will reset x1 to 0. So I will set x1 equals to 0. Okay, fine. And what I will check, if x2 equal to 0, what I will do, I will set x2 equals to 800. So let's check the output again. Okay, now the cycles are moving, and here x1 will be 0. Okay, fine. And see, this is perfect. I need to check this one because okay, I got it. Let me check the resolution of the image. Okay, and go to the open the image in the paint. Just wait and open with paint and resize. Okay, and it is okay, and the width of the image is 100 pixel. Okay, fine, I got it. And here what I will do, if x2 my equals to, apart from 0, I will use if x2 equals to minus 100, then I will set the x2 to 800. So let me recompile it. Okay, now let's see the output. Now both the cycles are moving. Yeah, now it's working fine. And so see how easy it is to create an animation both the cycles are moving. Okay, what I can do, I can increase the speed. So for increasing the speed, what I will do, I will change it to thread. I will change this value, so thread.sleep I will set to 5. Okay, and again compile it and run it. Now the cycles are moving at a faster speed, and animation is working perfectly. And you can create more you can create more objects, and you can change the values of x1 x2, any value you can change. I have not changed the value of the y because I am moving the cycle in the straight line. Okay, so what I change, I just, if x1 is equals to 800, means if the cycle is at the end, if x1 equals to 800, I will set the x1 equals to 0, and if x2 is equals to minus 100, and then I will set the x2 equals to 800. From I will move that cycle to the that end. It's fine. And if for loop, I am using the for loop 4000 time because I want to create an animation. I can, you can use any value. It's just, this for loop is just for the animation, and in the for loop I am recreating the image again and again by changing the value of x1 and x2. So it's very simple. Now next part, what I will do in the next part, okay, I will let me resave it. So I will save it to animation 2 and save as all files. So animation 2 dot java, I will change its name animation 2, and in this animation 2, what I will do, okay, for what I will do, I will let me change the value of 200 because I want both the cycles in front of each other. Let me show you the output first. So okay, just wait, let me close it. I want to compile the animation 2. So java c animation 2 and applet viewer animation 2. Yeah, what I want both the cycles are in the front of each other. So I have set the y-axis of both the pictures same. I have set the y-axis same. You can see both the cycles, both the images have y-axis same, 200 and 200. Okay, now what I will do, see what I will do. First of all, when the cycles collide with each other, they change their directions. Okay, I want whenever there is a collision between these two cycles, the cycles change their direction. Okay, so for that what I will do, okay, so let's create the logic. So for that, let me delete it. Okay, and it's fine. And what I will do, I will okay, so I will create one variable, boolean variable c for, let's say c is for collision, and collision is false. Collision is initially false. Okay, fine. And and if x1 plus 100 equals to x2, it means there is a collision. So what I will do, I will set the collision to true. I will set the collision to true. If x1 plus 100 is the width of the image, so 100 equals to x2. x1 you are moving from left to right, and x2 you are moving from right to left. And if x1 plus 100 equals to x2, it means there is a collision. Okay, and if there is a collision, so if there is a collision, See the normal working. In the normal working, you are incrementing the x1 and you are decrementing the x2. But in case of collision, you will change the direction. It means you will decrement the x1 and you will increment the x2. Fine. And otherwise, if there is no collision, if there is a no collision, you are incrementing the x1 and you are decrementing the x2. Very simple. So initially, initially collision is false. If not C means it is true. X1 is incrementing and x2 is decrementing. X1 is the position of the image 1 and it is moving to the it is incrementing, it means it is moving in the right direction, and x2 is decrementing, it means image is moving in the left direction. And if there is a collision, so this condition will check the collision, and if there is a collision, you will set the collision equals to true, and if there is a collision, you will change the values. Apart from the normal behavior where you are incrementing the x1, now you will decrement the x1. Okay, it's very simple. So output, so let me check first the output, so then I will explain it more. So Java C animation 2 and Applet viewer animation 2, and okay, there is a collision, but what happened? Let me check. Check. Okay, wait. Let me save it. And if there is a collision, okay, if collision, x1 decrement, x2 increment, fine, and a collision is true, it's fine. If not collision, boolean C equals to false, it's fine. Why it's not working? Why? Just wait. Let me just, first of all, let me change the speed. Okay, then I will see. Yeah, the problem was I didn't save it. Okay, so it's working now. Again, see the output. Now see, both the cycles are moving and there is a collision and they have changed the direction. Very simple. Now what extra I can do? What extra we can do? We can see, if x2 is greater than 800, now x after the collision x2, the value of x2 is incrementing, and if x2 is greater than 800, then I will set x2 equals to 800. Okay, fine. And if x1 plus 100 equals to 0, I will set the collision to false. Why? Let me check the output first, then I will explain. Okay, just wait. If x1 plus 1, silly other. Now the cycles are moving, and yeah, it's fine. Okay, yeah, it's fine. And again the cycles are moving, there is a collision, cycles are moving backwards and cycles are moving. Okay, fine. So what is the logic of this code? If x2 is greater than 800, x2 is equals to 800, means, see, this is the x2, and if it is greater than 800, then it will set to the 800. Okay, fine. X2 is incrementing, And here if x1 plus 100 equals to 0, it means if x1 plus 100 equals to 0, I will set the collision equals to false, which was the default value of the collision, which was the initial value of the collision. Collision equals to false, and in case of collision equals to false, I am incrementing the x1 and I am decrementing the x2. It means I am incrementing this and I am decrementing this. And if there is a collision, and if there is a collision, reverse is happening. I am decrementing the x1 and I am incrementing the x2. Again, very simple. So I hope you are understanding the concepts. And now what extra we can do, let me save it. So let me save it as all files. So animation3.java, and here animation3. Okay, so what I want to do, what I want to do, if there is a, let me show you the output first and then I will try. What I will do, if there is a collision, then this cycle change the direction. If there is a collision, see the collision is at here, then this cycle will change the direction. So that let me try to do it this. For that, instead of this y fixed value of the y, I will use a variable. So I will use variable y1, and value of y1 is 200. That's fine. And here I will change y1. It's very simple, not a big issue. And again, it's fine. If there is no collision, I will incrementing, and I am incrementing the x1 and I am decrementing the x2. Again fine. It's again fine. I am detecting the collision. And see, in this case, and if there is a collision, what I will do, if there is a collision, I will increment the x1, I will decrement the x2, which was the default behavior, no problem, and I will increment the y1. It's fine. And let me delete this code. There is no need. Okay, I will use these values later. Let me first of all check the output. So Java C animation3, applet viewer animation3. Okay, the cycles are moving, yeah, and see the second cycle is moving downwards. Why? Because if there is a collision, x1 is incrementing, x2 is decrementing. It's very simple. And I am also incrementing the y1. Okay, I am also incrementing the y1. See, and and there is a collision, and I am incrementing the y1. But now what I will do, see the output again. What I am trying to explain, whenever there is a collision, cycle will move downwards and then cycle will move straight. For that, what I will do, let me close, and if see, I will check the value of y1, and if value of y1, you can use any value. For example, use if y1 is greater than 280, or you can use any, if y1 is greater than 300, let's say, I will set the y1 equals to 300. Okay, and let me again Okay, and if there is a collision, cycle will move down, and y1 is 300, and then y1 is 300. The position is fixed. Y1 is 300. Now the cycle is moving in the straight line because y1 is 300, and if there is a collision, I have incremented the y1, and if there is a collision, see here I have set the collision equals to true, because when both the cycles collide with each other, collision is equals to true, and every time if there is a collision, x1 is, see, this is the default behavior. X1 is incrementing, x2 is decrementing, and here I am incrementing the y1, and see the initial value of y1 is 200, and one time value of y1 will be 300, and then if that value is greater than 300, then I will set the y1 equals to 300, because the cycle will move in the straight line. So see, y1 is 300 and the cycle will move in the straight line. Okay, next thing what I can do, very simple, I have already explained. Let me set the values. It's very simple. See, what I will do, if x1 equals to 800, then I will, well, if x1 equals to 800 means if the cycle is at the end, I will set the x1 equals to 0. Very simple. And if x2 plus 100 equals to 0, what I will do, it means if x2 plus 100 equals to 0 means the cycle, second cycle is at the left edge. I will set the x2 equals to 800. Very simple. Okay, let me check the output. Okay, the cycles are moving, cycle has changed the direction. Here x1 is equals to 800. Okay, now fine. Now there is no collision because y1 value is changed. So you can create more cycles, you can create more animation, you can play with the variable values, and in case of any improvement, in case of any suggestion, feel free to comment in the comment box. So I have tried my best to explain each and everything. Okay, and apart, you can optimize the code, you can play with the variables, and you can try. Okay, and there might be a very good code if we compare the code, your code with this code, but I have tried, I have used different variable values, and I have used the collision. See if collision equals to true. Okay, and in case of any feedback, please provide in the comment box. Thank you for watching.